What's going on, DC fans? UnrealEntGaming here today, bringing you news, information, and updates surrounding the upcoming Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice movie. Now, is this movie going to be a hit or a miss? Now, there are a lot of things going into this movie that some people feel uneasy about, and before I get into those things, the first thing I do want to point out is the fight between Superman and Batman will be epic. I mean, how will it go down? We don't know. I mean, will it make sense? Possibly. I mean, the only way they can go about this is if Batman blames Superman for the absolute obliteration of Metropolis, of course. Now, I do believe that the fight sequences are going to be absolutely stunning, but the one problem I feel as if me and the entire comic book community, in terms of DC fans, even Marvel fans for that matter, is the fact that they are including way too many characters in this movie way too soon. I mean, it's way too soon. I mean, some of these characters don't even have their own movie. You know, Wonder Woman doesn't even have her own movie yet she's featured. How is that going to even be? I mean, I understand that she's going to have her own movie after Dawn of Justice, of course, but, you know, is it going to make any sense? That's the question. I mean, a lot of people might say the same thing about Hulk. Oh, well, Hulk never had... Well, Hulk had his movies. I mean, although prior to Iron Man and whatnot, you know, Hulk had the Incredible Hulk and whatnot back in, like, 2002, 2003, and they were all right movies. I mean, they weren't absolute shit, but, I mean, Hulk still had his movie, which led him into being in the Avengers. Now, how are they going to introduce Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, you know, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash? These characters don't even have their own movie aside from Green Lantern, and the entire world hated Green Lantern, you know? So how exactly are they going to go about introducing so many characters? Now, the biggest rumor of them all is the fact that Doomsday is going to be the enemy for the Justice League, and that makes perfect sense because Doomsday is a very formidable foe. For those of you out there who are DC fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, Doomsday is a juggernaut, you know what I mean? Like, he is the epitome of absolute destruction, so how can one character stop him? You need a whole bunch, of course. Now, how are they going to implement Doomsday within this movie? I mean, having to tell a story on par with, you know, Lex Luthor and whatnot, but how are they going to have cameo roles for Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, or whoever they actually decide to introduce? Because I feel like, all right, if you're going to include Batman, awesome. Keep it that way. Have it only set for Batman and Superman. Don't have it pan off to Wonder Woman because she's not going to have as big of a role. I mean, yeah, she might have a scene or two or possibly even getting involved in combat, but would that make sense? It's like, let's say Batman and Superman are in trouble, even though the odds of that are extremely low. Wonder Woman appears, and she, you know, decides to help them and whatnot. Everybody in the theater, although they already are familiar with Wonder Woman's origins, they're going to be questioning, well, how in the hell did she find these two? How in the hell is she able to do all this without a movie of her own explaining what Wonder Woman is and what is she all about? You know what I mean? So, Dawn of Justice is going to be an incredible movie. That I am not taking away from that, but I do feel as if they're throwing in way too many characters way too quickly. Now, a lot of people are going to complain, and they're going to say, oh, well, they're just trying to be like the Avengers. Yes and no. You know, these companies are looking at what the Avengers did, and the Avengers was able to break records, so that's what they're trying to do. I mean, do you blame them? No. At the end of the day, they're a giant corporation that just care about money. Is it wrong? No, it's not. But, by them doing that without having phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like a sequence plan, like Marvel, you know, they're dropping the ball, and I really hope, and I know Dawn of Justice is going to be a great movie, but I feel like as great of a movie as it's going to be, it's going to take away some sort of, you know, pizzazz away from these other characters. Now, for those of you out there who saw the Flashpoint Paradox, the Flash animated movie, that was an incredible movie. That's exactly what they ought to do with the Flash movie, of course. Now, for Wonder Woman, for Green Lantern, I keep hearing that they're going to reboot Green Lantern and whatnot, make him completely different. Wonder Woman, she's going to get her movie after Dawn of Justice, which is going to lead up to everybody forming the Justice League. That's all fine and dandy. Of course, my personal dream would be to see the Avengers versus the Justice League movie. That right there, I think, would be the greatest movie ever made in the history of mankind. But of course, for that to happen, there has to be a lot of money involved. But aside from that point, you know, like, I just feel like having those two in the movie, having Batman and Superman, already solidifies the movie as being good. By adding too many other characters, it's going to be overkill. I mean, what about the fans that don't even know who half these characters are? It's like, oh, here's Aquaman, here's Wonder Woman. You know, I understand that Gotham is going to be involved in Metropolis and Lex Luthor and Superman and Batman, and they're going to talk about the Justice League and whatnot. So that's all fine and dandy. But what I think they ought to do is just bring up the topic, you know, those two, like, hey, I think we ought to form our own team of justice, you know, so we can protect and serve. And, you know, one of them comes up with the idea. It's like, let's form the Justice League, and then, you know, have scouting, I don't know, just something other than just throwing in people in the movie and just not making them relevant, you know. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think this movie is a hit, or do you guys think this movie is a miss? Let me know in the comment section below, everybody. Thank you all for watching, as always. If you guys are DC fans, comic book fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest DC news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit it up with a like and a favorite. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And also, do you think the Justice League movie is going to be better than the Avengers initiative with Phase 1, Phase 2? Better yet, do you guys think Batman versus Superman is going to be better than the Avengers 2? So thank you all for watching, everybody. More news is headed your way, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you all later, everybody. Peace.